When it comes to project management, there's this age-old debate that seems to pit two giants against each other. Waterfall versus Agile. It's like comparing apples and oranges, but both have their merits and their flaws. Let's dive into it, shall we? Waterfall project management is like a straight line, a clear path from start to finish. You lay everything out in a neat little sequence. First, you gather your requirements. Then you design, implement, test, and finally, you deliver. It's linear, it's structured, and for many people, it feels safe. You know exactly what you're getting into, and there's a certain comfort in that predictability. But here's the kicker. What happens if you miss something in the requirements phase? Or if the market shifts while you're still in the design stage? You could be months, if not years, into a project only to find out that what you've built is no longer relevant. That's the risk of waterfall. It's rigid. It doesn't adapt well to change. On the other hand, we have Agile project management, which is like dancing. It's fluid, it's dynamic, and it embraces change like an old friend. With Agile, you work in sprints, short bursts of activity that allow for constant reassessment and adaptation. You start with a basic idea, and through iterative cycles, you refine and improve it based on feedback. It's all about collaboration, communication, and flexibility. You can pivot if something isn't working, and you can incorporate new ideas as they come along. This makes Agile incredibly appealing, especially in today's fast-paced world where change is the only constant. But, let's be real, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Agile can sometimes feel chaotic. With so many voices at the table, it can be challenging to reach a consensus. Decisions can get bogged down in discussions, and without clear leadership, you might end up going in circles. Plus, the lack of a structured timeline can make it difficult to gauge progress. You might think you're moving forward, but without those clear milestones, it's easy to feel lost. And let's not forget about the documentation. Agile tends to prioritize working software over comprehensive documentation, which can lead to gaps in knowledge for teams that come in later. So, which one is better? It really depends on the context. If you're working on a project where requirements are clear and unlikely to change, Waterfall might be your best bet. It's ideal for projects with strict regulatory requirements or those that need extensive documentation. Think construction, manufacturing, or anything where a clear, linear path is essential. But if you're in a tech startup, or any field where innovation and rapid feedback are key, Agile is likely the way to go. It allows for experimentation, creativity, and the ability to adapt to user needs as they evolve. But here's the thing, it's not always about choosing one over the other. Many organizations are finding success with a hybrid approach, taking the best of both worlds. They start with a waterfall framework to establish their vision and requirements, and then they switch to Agile for the implementation phase, allowing for flexibility and adaptation as they go. In the end, it's all about understanding the nature of your project, your team, and your goals. Waterfall and Agile each have their strengths and weaknesses, and the key is to choose the methodology that aligns best with your specific needs. So, whether you're a Waterfall purist or an Agile enthusiast, remember that the ultimate aim is to deliver value and meet the needs of your stakeholders, no matter the path you take to get there.